Hi guys, today we will be doing a tutorial on how to get every Elixir of Life in the game of Kameo. I've tried to keep the clips all sort of fairly chronological in terms of sort of how you progress in the game. So this first one is sort of, you can't miss this one. This is sort of, that's part of the various cutscenes where you introduce the warrior trainer, etc. So you just have to do a few of his tests. I sort of popped it on mute just so you don't have to sit through the whole cutscene, because I imagine you already have. But yeah, you just have to do these extra couple of tests, and then he will give you an elixir as like a reward kind of thing. You do average about 3 on each sort of location. But again, I will show you exactly when, where, how to get each of these, so you don't have to worry about that. And there you go, there's your first elixir. There are 11 of these in total to collect, so this is the first of many. Just sort of let the cutscene play out here. But yeah, you can buy one from each shop in each village, that sort of area. So there will be one in the Enchanted Kingdom that you can just buy from the shop. But yeah, I will show you exactly where that is, so don't worry too much about it. Right, so for the next one, you sort of go underneath the gate as if you're going to the dungeon, and then you've got this little side bit here with the nice sort of mini gardens, into the Chamber of Living Portraits. And up there is the Mystic's Eye of Strength, but I will do a separate video on how you can get those, because you can't get that until you have Thermite in the game, and I don't quite have him yet.
Oh, right.
There is elixir number 2.
Pay attention. You have to learn this stuff.
I sort of kept this at a normal speed, just in case you are playing along, you can sort of follow me in real time. So I think the next one I should probably go to is the shop. Right, so I'll just sort of show you the way. So the entrance is the same as the exit. It's sort of opposite the dungeon. Go under the gate with Pummleweed. And you sort of go over this rather scenic bridge thing. Sort of all the way around the corner. And sort of up that sort of big staircase is the throne room, which does have lots of sort of Easter eggs and collectibles in it, but I will deal with that all in a separate video.
Still, I bet you'll see something you like.
So, like I said, you can buy the Elixir of Life in every sort of village shop for, I think it's 20 runes it said there. So sort of here we are, we've moved on to the Forgotten Forest, so that's the next level, which you access via the Badlands. But you sort of get guided there, sort of you'll get a flashing green point on your map. So again, you can do this whilst you're on the way to getting rubble, I believe. So that's sort of how you usually do it, but I've sort of broken it all up, so I'm returning to this area just as it was a little easier to make the video then. So with this bit, you have to destroy sort of the beetle spawning thing in order to free up the sort of vines in that next bit over there. So you get just duck under there again. Those bugs are so annoying. It can be very helpful to have an upgrade for Pummleweed, sort of where you've got sort of the razor top, I think it's called. Right, so into the next bit is a mushroom cavern. It's not a very nice sounding name, is it? So sort of this next elixir is behind Rubble's Shadow Well. So you see you have 2 sort of statues here. One's holding some fruits and one's holding an Elixir of Life. You need to turn into Rubble here, and you need to chip into his mouth, and then he will release the elixir for you. Usually you would get both the elixir and the fruits, but I'm going to try and sort of cover all the elemental fruits in a separate video for you. Just show you the way out. It really doesn't help that it's so misty around here, does it? And see, I've played this game probably hundreds of times, and I still struggle getting out of this one. So with this next bit, sort of make sure you sort of pull RT a few times just so you don't fall over. Being a bit cautious, I know, but sometimes it helps. Okay, so much like with the Enchanted Kingdom, the Forgotten Forest also has a sort of little shop that will sell you elemental fruit and elixirs of life.
All right.
so
Feel
it
free to
should be
take a
sort of the going
gander at
rate.
the wares. I hope
They
you've
do
got
also sell
plenty
sort of
of
skins
rooms.
and larger money pouches, which are worth investing in. Because you start off with money pouches that only hold a very small amount of runes, which is kind of annoying. You can purchase the fruit finds and newsletter if you want, or you can watch my other videos on how to get all the elemental fruit, which is much more helpful. Right, so here we've crossed over to Mountain Falls, which is sort of another one of the bigger levels. So you go through the Badlands in order to get to it. So I've just done the Starfish quest where you have to return all the pearls to the starfish. And basically there's a big scary lady that stands in front of this hut, and she moves away once you finish that quest. And there you go, you get a nice Elixir of Life as like a thank you, I guess. Now, from memory, sort of Mountain Falls does have 3 elixirs to find. So this was the first one. Should probably take myself to the shop to buy my second one. So I'll take you sort of via the starfish bit. So that's the scary wife over there, and to the left over there who's just giving you a fruit, and that's the man who you sort of get the pearls back for. You basically have to use deep blue to dive in each of the sort of pools of water around. There you go, got another elixir of life. Okay, so the final one for Mountain Falls should be at the top of the Shrine of Light. So you sort of have to go all the way up this quite long path. And at the top there is a sort of a side quest where you can relight all the torches and he will give you a fruit. But we're just here for the elixir today. Right, so next up we should sort of return to the Badlands, and I will try and show you the various elixirs that you can grab here. I wouldn't advise trying to climb it this way because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work. So I'm just going to go around it, follow the path. So you can sort of see whereabouts I am on the map, sort of in the centre right of the screen there. So it's sort of very near the entrance to the Snowtop Village, which is sort of our next destination after we've done these couple. So there you go, nice easy one right in the middle there. Right, so we need to grab sort of our little trusty horse here and move on to the next one. You don't need to ride your horse too close to the huts, it's a bit annoyed, but it's not easily done. So I think, so there's a nice skin there, but I don't have 40 below yet. Behind that table there should be an elixir. There we go. So that should be us done for the Badlands, I think. So once she's done with a little celebration, I will take you over to the Snowtop Village. So we are on the ground floor of the Snowtop Village here. Everything sort of connects with this giant tree sort of trunk there, to be fair. This one is awful to get to, so don't sort of beat yourself up if sort of it takes you a few attempts. But you need to hop twice here and then dash. And then make sure you point the sort of joystick forward as you're doing it. I hope that's sort of made it fairly simple to follow, because it really is an awful one to do. Ironically, getting back is a lot easier than getting across. I think it's because it's sort of on a ramp there. Just do a normal dash and you're across. I mean, I did manage to do it to the wrong spot, so I almost fell off, so that was a bit awkward. So much like the Forgotten Forest and the Enchanted Kingdom, there is a sort of stall that will sell you fruit and elixirs. So we're just going to go buy an elixir
There is
from
nothing
her.
quite like the allure of class to draw one to a boutique, is there? And how much will you be spending today?
So that is all 11 Elixir of Lives. Please do drop a like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!